everyone, me again. Today I've got a video all about ShopMissA. So I recently ordered a load of things from their website in America, had them shipped over here, and I've thrown a load of stuff on my face today, and I'm going to be chatting you through it and telling you what products I like and what I didn't. If you've never heard of ShopMissA before, they are an American website which sells lots and lots of beauty products for only $1. And as a YouTuber who loves all things affordable and drugstore makeup, I was intrigued, so I wanted to test it out for you. Of course, they are an American website and I am in the UK, so I do want to chat a little bit about delivery times and charges and customs and all that sort of stuff, but you can skip ahead if you know all about that kind of thing already, or if you live in America and that doesn't apply to you. So I ordered 27 products which came to $27, and I also had to pay $9.95 for international shipping. If the total of your order comes to $40 or less, you pay $9.95. The more you spend on products, the more you're going to be spending on delivery. So I wanted to keep my order under $40 so that I would get the $9.95 shipping charge, but I was also quite wary of getting customs and VAT once it reached the UK as well. So I only ordered 27 products for $27 for that particular reason. So with the shipping, the total cost of my order was $36.95, and according to Google, that's about £27.86. which isn't bad at all. Once it came to the country though, I did get a customs charge, which wasn't that bad actually. It was £12.09. So £8 of that was the post office fee, and then the rest of that would have been the VAT, just like how you pay VAT on items in this country all the time. So if you add up the cost of my products, the shipping and the VAT, it comes to £39.95-ish. The exchange rate is changing all the time, but that's about what it is at the time of filming this video. And that means if you divide that by 27, that makes every product a grand total of £1.48. I think $1 is about 80p in our currency, so you do pay a little bit more once you take into account the shipping charges and the customs and all of that stuff. But even with all that in mind, £1.48 per item is still very, very affordable. And a lot of the products that I'm testing out today are still significantly cheaper than the stuff that you would find in UK drugstores. Obviously we do have Poundland, we have Primark and loads of other affordable places to buy makeup, but we in the UK don't really have anywhere online where you can get products for £1 and get them delivered really easily to you. We don't have a place where we have lots of like cool own brand stuff. It's more of like discounted older stock that we get for cheaper over here. So I just found the whole concept really interesting and I was really keen to try it out. So now I'm going to cut to the footage of me checking all the products on my face and telling you what I thought of them. I'm sure you've probably already noticed, but I've had to change my setup a little bit to film this video. So usually my desk is behind me over there, but this time I thought I'd have it in front of me just so that I've got all the makeup kind of laid out in front of me, and I can have my mirror here as well, and it just makes it all a little bit easier for me. So like, I hope it looks okay, but yeah, it just makes my life a lot easier to film it this way. Anyway, I'll see how it looks when I'm editing it. I might like it, I might not, but there we go. Anyway, I've probably rambled on enough at this point, so I'm just going to get straight in and put some makeup on my face. So I'm going to get started with their Wonder Skin Illuminating Primer. I've got dry skin most of the time. Usually in the summer it gets a little bit better, but this summer everything has just got significantly worse. My skin is drier than it has ever been. There is more texture, there's a lot more going on than there usually is. Maybe that's just because I'm getting older, or maybe that's because there's a heat wave this year, I'm not sure. But either way, I'm hoping that an illuminating primer will just help things out. It feels really nice on the skin. It's also incredibly glowy. In fact, this is probably one of the most, if not the most glowy primer I have ever used. I really like it though. It's like this champagne coloured glow. It looks really over the top right now, but once I've got foundation, concealer and powder and all of that stuff on top of it, I think this is going to look really lovely. I really like the product so far. I really like the formula. I will say the bottle is a little bit smaller than the majority of primers you can get. It says it's got 0.67 fluid ounces of product in here, which, if my maths is right, I think it is just over half of what you would normally get in a primer. I'm not quite sure because we don't have fluid ounces over here, But yeah, that sounds about right. But yeah, for $1, not bad at all. Next we have the only foundation product that looked like it came in a pale shade. This is the AOA Studio Perfect BB Cream. Most of the products in this video are by AOA Studio, by the way. That's kind of their own in-house brand. But yeah, this is a BB cream. I usually like something with a little bit more coverage than a BB cream, but a lot of the foundations just didn't come in a wide variety of shades for my liking, and the ones that did just didn't have any of the pale shades in stock. So this is the only thing that I could get. Hopefully this is pale enough. I thought this looked like a really small amount of product, but actually it does have 30ml in here, which is about what you'd get in any standard foundation. Anyway, let's see what it looks like. I think it's going to be a little bit dark. Yeah, I think it is a little bit too dark. I can see that it's already oxidizing on the back of my hand, so I think I am going to mix in a lightening foundation. I'm going to add some of the MUA foundation mixer in the shade Lightning Cool. This is quite a light pink foundation mixer, so it not only lightens foundation but it also makes it a little bit more cool toned as well, because this BB cream looks a little bit dark and it also looks a little bit like yellowy orangey tone, so hopefully this will kind of make it a little bit better for me. Foundation mixers don't adjust the texture or the feel of the product at all, so I'll still be able to give you a good idea of what the coverage is like and how it wears on me and stuff like that. Yeah, that looks a bit better now. To apply the BB cream, I also got 2 of their sponges. So I got this one, which is a nude colour and it's got this kind of angle to it. And I also got a black teardrop sponge as well. When I squished them, the black one definitely feels just a lot squishier and just a lot easier to handle. When I put this under the tap as well, it did get quite a lot bigger. This one feels a little bit harder, but it might be designed for contouring instead of applying foundation, and usually they are a bit stiffer. So I'll put that to one side, maybe I'll use it later, and I'll just use this for the BB cream for now. My face is looking really like red and flushed today, but that's just because it is so hot in here. I'm not getting the most coverage in the world, but it is kind of toning down my redness a little bit, which is nice. You do get a little bit more coverage with this foundation when you use a brush. I'm just using a Primark buffing brush for this. I did consider getting some of the Shop AOA brushes as well, but if I'd done that, then the cost of the delivery would have been a lot more, and also I would have been charged a lot more customs when it arrived and stuff like that. So you have to be careful of things like that when you're ordering internationally, but basically I just didn't want the cost to get too high. So yeah, I'm just sticking to my own makeup brushes today. I'm going to try and layer this up as much as I can, but I don't think this foundation layers very well. I think if you apply the first layer with a really dense buffing brush and then kind of dab it with the sponge and then use the sponge to go back in and just layer it where you need a bit more coverage, I think that's how you get the best results with this particular product. I can see it oxidizing on the back of my hand, so I hope it doesn't oxidize too much on my face. If it does, then I'll have to sort that out with concealer. I'm just going to take a little bit of this down my neck just to kind of fuse everything together in case it does oxidize too much. Before I move on to the eyes and eyebrows, I'm just going to take the foundation off my lips and put on some of the AOA Studio Oh Honey lip oil. This is in the apple colour. I thought that this would be a really nice way to kind of hydrate my lips and just get them ready for the liquid lipstick that I'm putting on later. There's definitely not a lot of colour to it, but the texture is really nice. It's nowhere near as sticky as I thought it would be. I got 3 products to do my eyebrows with because I wasn't really sure which one I would prefer. So I got the AOA Studio Wonder Brow Tinted Brow Pomade. This is in the shade Taupe, which looks like that. It's a really small amount of product. You get 5 grams of product in here. So it is significantly cheaper than other brow pomades on the market, but yes, it also is a bit smaller. I also got an eyebrow pencil. I think this one is in Taupe as well. It's just got the pencil on one end and a spoolie on the other. When I tried to like test it out though, it does feel like you have to push down quite a bit to get any product to show up with this. It's maybe not as opaque as other brow pencils I've tried, which might be nice if you want a bit of a natural look, but at least I can use the spoolie. And then this one is really confusing to me. This is the AOA Go Brow Fibre Gel, and I bought the shade True Clear, and I was expecting this to be just a clear brow gel that I could set my brows with, but it's white. Like, I definitely wouldn't have ordered it if I'd known it was completely white. It's not even the kind of white that dries down clear, it is actually white. So yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on with that. Maybe it's a bit like, you know those double-ended mascaras that come with the white end and the black end, and the white mascara just kind of beefs up your eyelashes a bit? Maybe this is a bit like that, but for your eyebrows. But yeah, this is definitely not what I had in mind when I ordered it. I think if I do place another order, I might get the, like, just the coloured ones, like the taupe or a brown one, because I do like the size of the brush. Anyway, I'm going to give it a whirl and just kind of use it to push all my eyebrows up and put them into place. Maybe this will kind of beef them up a bit. Hopefully it will, because yeah, my eyebrows need all the help they can get. I don't usually use brow pomade, but I've been wanting to try one for a while, so I'm going to give this a go. I'm just using a Real Techniques brush. This is the Definer brush. I think I saw someone else review this product. It was either Stephanie Toms or The Tailor, and one of them said that this product is a bit more sheer than your average brow pomade, and I think I have to agree. Like, it's not bad or anything, and for me that might be a little bit better because I don't normally use brow pomade. I don't think the brow gel has made any difference, but the pomade looks quite nice. It's maybe not as defined as usual, but I think that's just because I'm used to having an eyebrow pencil. I'm going to try and go over it with the eyebrow pencil now and see what I think of that. It might be a bit more sheer than other eyebrow pencils I've tried in the past, but the colour's good. So I don't think my eyebrows are looking as defined as I would usually like them to, but that being said, these aren't the worst eyebrows I've ever had either, and for $1 the products aren't that bad. I do think you can get better eyebrow pencils, but you do have to take the price into consideration here. For $1, it's okay. I'm going to move on to eyes now, and I've got the AOA Studio eyeshadow primer. This is in Glow. This feels incredibly tacky, which I'm assuming is a good thing because it will help eyeshadow stick to it. But it's definitely a lot more tacky than any other eyeshadow primer I've ever tried. I'm just going to use a little bit of my setting powder to set my eye primer. So I've got the AOA Studio Perfect Setting Powder, and I got the shade Soft Light. They do have a bright white one of these as well, or a translucent one I guess. But yeah, I just prefer something with a little bit of colour to it. The shade looks like it's absolutely fine, it doesn't look too dark. That seems to have set everything down quite nicely. I did pick up an eyeshadow from them as well. I got the AOA Studio Wonder Baked eyeshadow in the shade Grenade. But if I'm honest, this is, I can't put my finger on it, but this is a little bit different to how I thought it looked when I was ordering it. So I thought I was getting like a very cool toned bronze kind of colour. And it is a cool tone bronze, but like when I swatch it, it just doesn't look as impressive as I thought it would. I think it's because of the texture. It's a little bit chalky, and it's also definitely a little bit more matte than I thought it would be. It's not completely matte by any means, but I thought it would be a lot more shimmery than it actually is. That's not necessarily the end of the world. It just means that the look that I had in mind when I was kind of ordering all of these products is going to look a little bit different now. I think instead of using this all over my lid, I'm just going to take the Real Techniques base shadow brush and just kind of define like the crease and the outer edge and just try and be quite sheer with it. I'm not going to go too mad with it. I'm just going to add some definition because like the colour's nice I guess, but it's just not my personal cup of tea. Do you know what, if I'm being really honest, I don't think I'm that into it at all. I do also have the A2O bronzer. This is like a shimmer brick bronzer. So this was originally $5, but I got it for $1 because it was on sale. But when I'm swatching it, that feels quite powdery and chalky as well. So I don't think I'm going to be able to use anything on my eyes. Like even the highlighter, which I'll show you later on, even that feels quite powdery as well. So do you know what, I think I'm just going to take off this eyeshadow, put some eye primer back on, and then I think I'm just going to have eyeliner and lots of lashes today and leave it at that. I have just remembered actually that I did get a contour stick from AOA as well. So this is their own brand Sculpt FX contour stick, and this was in the palest shade, which is Nude. Now it is significantly smaller than other contour pencils and cream contour products that I've looked up. You don't get very much product at all for your money. However, the colour looks really good. I don't know if you can see that there, but the colour looks really, really accurate and quite ashy, but also still quite pale. So I think I'm going to try just putting a little bit of this on the corner of my eyes just to add a bit of definition, I have set my eye primer with some powder, so I don't know quite how this is going to work, but I'm going to give it a go. Obviously it's incredibly ashy, but it's not too bad. And I think it would be blending a lot better if I hadn't set my eye primer. So I'm going to use some eyeliner now. I actually got two from AOA because I couldn't decide which one I like the look of more. So I'm going to go on with some eyeliner now, and I got two from AOA because I couldn't decide which one I like the most. So the first one is from Muse. This is a dark brown gel liner that just comes in a pot. I really like the packaging. It feels quite light. It feels really creamy, and the shade is a really flattering chocolate brown. I also picked up a liquid eyeliner. I can't remember the brand, but anyway, I bought the liquid eyeliner, and this shade I think was called Olive Green. Now the shade is a little bit different than what I was expecting. So I thought it would be a little bit more like a gold green, but actually it's more like a moss green or a swampy kind of green, which still looks nice. It's just not what I had in mind at all. The formula also feels a little bit patchy, and I don't like this applicator. Maybe I could make it work if I used a different brush, but it's just not what I'm in the mood for right now. So I think I'm just going to play it safe and just use the chocolate gel liner. This is a lot more sheer than other liquid gel liner things that I've tried, but you can build it up. And obviously I can't complete any eye look without mascara. So I picked up two. I got the AOA Fat Lash Mascara. This one has got just a normal kind of plastic bristle brush, which looks very promising. And I also picked up their skinny mascara as well. I like the look of this because it's got a really tiny slim brush. I thought that could be really good for my lower lashes. Both of these come in black, and they claim to be suitable for sensitive eyes, and also they claim to last very well too, which I quite like the sound of. So I'm going to apply both of those now. I can't apply mascara on camera for the absolute life of me, so I'll be back in a moment. Okay, I've put the mascara on my top eyelashes. I was going to do my bottom lashes, and then I remembered that I haven't done my concealer or the rest of my face, so I might come back to that later, just depending on how the look turns out. I used the skinny mascara in the inner corners, and I used the Fat Lash Mascara everywhere else. I was expecting the Fat Lash Mascara to just be a little bit more volumizing and just give me a little bit more oomph to my eyelashes, but then again my lashes are looking a little bit crap at the moment, if I'm honest. I think they're going through, like, is it called like a fallout cycle? I don't know, but you know, like every now and again your eyelashes just start falling out. Mine are doing that right now. It's driving me mad. I'm putting castor oil on them, but nothing is really kind of bringing them back to life. So yeah, mascaras can only do so much, but I just feel like my Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara does a much better job. But then again, that's like $8.99 and this is $1, so it's not really fair to compare the two. I did find that if I let it dry and then build it up a bit, like layer it once it was dry, that did look a little bit better, and I might do a little bit more of that once it's a bit drier than it is now. I did get some eyelashes as well. I'm a bit scared of eyelashes. I don't wear them that often, but I've done winged liner today, so if I can do that, I can put lashes on. So I got the Cara eyelashes. These are strip lashes. These were the most natural looking strip lashes that they had on their website. I usually try to go for quite short eyelashes just because there's not much space between my eyes and my eyebrows. So there's that. I also got some individual lashes. These are the short ones from AOA. They're not as short as other short individual eyelashes that I've had. They might be a little bit long for me actually. But yeah, I'm going to try and add one of these off camera. I might have to put on a little bit more eyeliner just to make that all work and come together, but I'll see what happens and I'll let you know in a bit. Okay, so I'm back and my eyelashes are on. In the end, I decided to go for their individual false lashes just because I'm a little bit better at putting individual lashes on than strip lashes. I think I'll save the strip lashes for when I'm doing a bit more of a glamorous, dramatic eye look. I think it would look really good for that. But yeah, these eyelashes, the quality is really nice. When you like pull one off with your tweezers to like get it off the thing, it doesn't all fall apart like some individual eyelashes do. So they are really good quality. My only complaint is that they are too long. So I'm wearing them on the outside of my eyelash, but then I'm wearing them on the outside of my lashes, but then I had to put some of my generic ones from eBay just like in the middle, just to create more of a cat eye, because otherwise it was just short lashes and then really long individual ones at the end, and like no kind of gradient to smooth things out. So yeah, I do really like these. They are just too long for me, unfortunately. I did do my concealer off camera as well. Unfortunately, I could not get a concealer in my shade. I had a look, I would have got any concealer to test it out for this video, but they didn't have any that were pale, so that is such a shame. It is really difficult to get paler base products on their website, unfortunately, because they just go out of stock. But yeah, I've just put on my own concealers for the time being, and now I'm going to do some contouring. So this is the Sculpt Effects contouring pencil that I showed you earlier, and I'm just going to put this on in all the usual places and blend it in. So far it kind of fades away to nothing. I'm going to try layering it and see if that helps, and maybe I can try blending it with this sponge. Nope, the sponge just makes it even worse. Maybe if I blend with my finger, that might... Okay, so blending with my finger looks a little bit better, but yeah, I still feel like it's kind of... When I'm blending it, it's kind of just taking all the product away, including my foundation underneath as well, which is nice. So this is a shame because I kind of like the look of this contour product, but yeah, you get a lot less product than with other cream contours I've found. And like the colour is really good and it's really ashy, but it's almost too ashy, like it's bordering on green. This is kind of disappointing, not gonna lie. I thought that would be a lot better than it actually was. I'm just going to go over some areas with my sponge which had the foundation on, because I feel like it has taken off a bit of that foundation as well. I got two products that I was thinking of using on my cheeks. So there's the bronzing brick that I showed you earlier. But yeah, for my blush I got the Amuse Lip and Cheek Stick. It doesn't actually say what shade it is on the packaging, which is a bit strange. But I know that they didn't have that many shades in stock of this one. I think there are only two. So I got this kind of coral colour. It looks really sweet and really pretty. I think this is really nice for summer, and it'll be great for travel as well, because obviously you've got something that does your cheeks and your lips in one product. So yeah, I hope this is nice. It's a lot better than the contour product because it's actually showing up on my skin for one thing. I really like the finish of it. It's quite dewy. It's a little bit sheer once you blend that out. I find that with a lot of cream products, but it's not so sheer that it becomes completely invisible. It'll be really nice for beginners actually, because you can layer it until you get the exact colour that you want. Yeah, I really like this. I hope that they get more shades of this back in stock soon, because I'd really like to pick up a few more. I'm just going to set my face now with the same AOA setting powder I showed you earlier. It doesn't look like you get a huge amount of product in this. It's only 7 grams, but it's still a good quality product considering that it only costs $1. So I might try and go in with a bit of this bronzing brick now. I'm going to kind of take the full... Oh, this is really powdery. But I'm just taking the 4 shades at the end. And then I'm just going to kind of just add a little bit of sculpting around the edges of my face. I'll be honest, this product is a little disappointing. I'm glad that I only paid $1 for it and not the $5. The colour just isn't what I thought it would be. I thought that because there was like the pink here and the kind of rosy coloured at the bottom, that you could get a bit more of like a rosy pinky tone if you mixed it at the end, but actually it kind of all looks very golden, and there's definitely a yellow undertone to it. It's not really having much of an impact at this point, so I think I'm just gonna put that away. I did get a highlighter from them as well. This is one of their Halo highlighters, and this is in the shade Allure. This is another product that looks completely different in real life than it did on the website. So when I was looking at it on the website, it looked like a really beautiful champagne, but like a pale champagne kind of colour. And when I swatch it in real life, not only is it quite chalky, but also it looks almost white. Now I am obviously quite pale, but even to me, this looks like a very stark highlighter. Like, it's quite a silver-ish kind of sheen. I'll try it out anyway and see if I can make it work. This is another one of the Real Techniques duo fibre contour brushes. I have two. I use one for blush or contour and this one for highlighter. Is it just me, or is this not really doing very much? Once you build it up you can see it a bit more, but yeah, this isn't like the kind of colour that I would have picked out if I'd been able to see it in the flesh. I don't usually do this, but I'm going to try spraying my brush with the Revolution Makeup Fixing Spray. Now that really brings the highlighter out. That looks really nice. I think I've made it work now, but this isn't like how I thought the product would look at all. That seems to be a reoccurring theme in this haul. That's always like a danger with online shopping, but I feel like this in particular, just a few things just haven't worked the way that I was expecting to. The colour isn't always as accurate as I was hoping. This highlighter though does kind of take the piss. Like, I thought this was going to be a champagne colour and it just isn't. It's like, it's got a bit of a pink to it when you swatch it, but on your face it's actually like a white, silver, very cool toned. There's almost a bit of a blue holographic sheen to it, I think. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's nice and I've made it work, and I think I would probably wear it again if I was doing like a festival-ish look sort of thing, and I'm probably going to be able to find a use for it. It's just really not what I thought it was going to be. It's also a very chunky formula, and I think there is some glitter in there, which personally I'm not into. I was kind of under the impression it would be more of a sheen, glowing from within kind of highlighter, but I guess not. So we're nearly at the end now. We just need to do the lips to finish off the look. I actually got 4 lip products because I just couldn't decide. A few of them looked really nice. Actually, if you include the lip oil, I got 5. And if you include the lip and cheek stain, I got 6. So yeah, I just really like lip products. I got one of their lip liners in the colour Hero. That's a very warm toned nude colour there. I also got the liquid lipstick in the colour Hero as well, which looks like this. I also picked up their Wonder Matte liquid lipstick in the shade Hype, which is more of a pink. I wanted to try a liquid lipstick because I don't usually like them, I'm not a big fan, but for $1 I really wanted to give them a go, plus they had a lot of good reviews as well. I couldn't find a colour that I liked on its own, but I thought I could mix the colours Hero and Hype together to get a really nice nude shade for me. I also got, you know I can't resist sparkly things, I got a diamond lip gloss. This is in the shade Posh. It's a very pretty pink glitter colour. It really reminds me of the Stila glitter lip topper that I got from my beauty outlet haul actually. This one's maybe just got a few more like green glitter particles and a bit more gold. I think I'm going to wear the Hero lip liner mixed with the Hype liquid lipstick. So this is the lip liner in the shade Hero. I actually think this looks quite nice on its own, but I am curious to see what it looks like with a dash of this pink on top. I know a lot of people wouldn't mix like such a vivid pink colour with a browny orangey shade, but I really like the combination of the two. It just kind of makes this perfect middle neutral colour. I think these liquid lipsticks are quite good. They're probably really nice if you don't normally wear liquid lipsticks and you just want to try it out and see what they're like. They do feel quite matte and drying on the lips, but you know, definitely not as bad as other liquid lipsticks I've tried in the past. And then I'm going to put a little bit of the Diamond lip gloss on top just to finish it off. So that's what it looks like with the liquid lipsticks and the lip liner and the full sort of shebang. I don't normally have something quite so opaque on my lips. I normally keep things quite sheer, so it feels a bit strange for me to be sitting here with a really like done lip on. But it doesn't look that bad, and I think actually the lip products kind of saved the day at the end. I was really like not liking a lot of the products until we got to the lips. So this is it. This is the finished look. It is definitely not my usual style. A lot of the products were not what I was expecting to be, but I did my best to make it work. I wouldn't usually put a lot of these things together in the same look, but this was the best that I could do. My eyebrows are looking incredibly pale. I don't normally have them this fair, but I didn't want to cheat and use another product to darken them up a bit. The brow gel was a complete fail. I don't know why they gave me a white one when I ordered a clear one. I might be tempted to order one of their taupe or brown gel mascaras just because I really liked the brush, but the actual product itself this time around was completely pointless. That being said, I did think that the brow pomade was okay. It is a little bit more sheer than most brow pomades, so I think this would be really handy for beginners. Moving on to other products I liked, I really liked the illuminating primer. I can see myself using this quite a lot. This is definitely my cup of tea. It's very, very glowy. I love that sort of thing. I thought the eye primer was quite nice as well. This is also super, super glowy, which I'm totally into. I loved the Amuse lip and cheek stain. I would really like to order a few more of these if they get the other colours in stock. I thought this was really nice, really quick and easy to apply, and I think this is going to end up going in my everyday makeup bag. I don't normally wear liquid lipsticks, so you might not want to take my word on it, but I personally thought these were quite nice to use. And they're only $1 each. There's loads of colours available, so they could be quite fun. I only used the skinny mascara on my inner corners today, but I still really like it, and I really like that you can get really decent inner corner and lower lash mascara for only $1, so I do recommend this product. And of course, I love the diamond lip gloss. I love all things sparkly. I might have to pick up a few more of these in the other colours. This highlighter was absolute crap. It's definitely more of like a blue, silver, space coloured highlighter. I don't know if it's picking up on the camera, but in real life it's definitely looking very, very different to how I pictured it when I ordered it, which is a shame. I really, really didn't like the eyeshadow in Grenade. It was just not the colour that I thought it was going to be. I thought the texture would be a lot more intense and interesting than it actually was. I feel like you can get really good single eyeshadows on the cheap, so there's really no excuse for how crap this turned out to be. I would recommend going to somewhere like MUA or Poundland or Revolution if you fancied getting some cheap single eyeshadows instead. They are so much better. This shimmer brick just is a bit meh, like it's quite powdery. The BB cream wasn't the worst product in the world. I'm just quite disappointed with the shade range. By the time it's finished oxidizing, it looks a good 2 or 3 shades darker than my actual skin tone, which is a shame. Oh, and I forgot to mention, but I also got this mattifying blotting paper from them as well, which is, you know, just a standard blotting paper really. Seems okay. The look didn't quite come together how I thought it would, but I hope you enjoyed this video nevertheless and found it helpful if you're thinking of placing an order with ShopMissA. If you are, let me know what you're thinking of picking up in the comments section below, or let me know if you've tried anything from them and you really like it. Subscribe if you're new around here. I make new videos every Sunday morning all about drugstore and affordable makeup, so subscribe if that sounds like your cup of tea. I'm trying to make the odd bonus video on Wednesdays as well, so stay tuned for those. That's everything from me. Take care of yourselves and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.